Good morning, guten Morgen, Namaskar. I am Dr. Prajakta Oak, and on behalf of Garze Marathi Global's Career Forum Germany, I welcome you all for today's webinar on Leverage Intercultural Diversity to Build a Successful Career in Germany. Before we start, a short introduction of who we are. Career Forum Germany is a not-for-profit organization under the umbrella of Garze Marathi Global, a professional networking and training platform for people from Maharashtra residing all over the globe. We are a group of diverse individuals ranging from students to professionals to function experts with a goal to enable, inspire, and mentor those who wish to build a successful career in Germany. Friends, when we all left our comfort zone and came here to have a new life in this culturally rich country, we all wanted to integrate in this culture as much as we can to develop trustworthy personal as well as professional relationships. And to do so, it is of prime importance to understand the intercultural differences. Today's webinar will not only help us to understand these differences and their source, but also will give us some handy tips to manage them. Before I introduce our guest speakers, some pointers to keep in mind. Please keep yourself on mute throughout the webinar to enable a smooth presentation flow. Please do not unmute yourself even to ask questions. You can send us your questions in chat and we will take as many questions as possible within our time limit. At the end of the webinar, we will also provide you with information on how you can register for our initiative and Garze Marathi Global. So moving on. It is my pleasure to introduce our guest speakers for today. Sharvari Dikshit Bhalerao is a freelancer and language expert from Mumbai, residing in Germany since 2004. She started her career pursuing PhD in natural sciences, but during this journey, she got introduced to an alternative career path. Her great language and personal skills were a plus point for her to take up language as a career and become language expert. Currently, she is training individuals and professionals for business German or English, as well as intercultural differences and adaptations. She also did her certifications in Germany as Ayurvedic nutritionist and has her own training session in that as well. Our second speaker for today is Rucha Ambekar. She is a founder of company Transcompass, which develops intercultural competencies for global teams through training. Her work involves training and coaching, preparation of executives, developing team building measures with them, and consultation on questions of strategies development in an international, specifically Indo-German context. Over the years, she has collaborated with a number of reputed companies, educational institutions, and agencies across Germany. We look forward to gain knowledge from both Sharvari and Rucha's expertise as well as experience. So now over to you, Rucha, and I will just
Thank you, Prajakta.
stop sharing my screen and make you a host.
Okay, so a very warm welcome from my side. Thank you, Prajakta, for a wonderful introduction. And so we will start. Sharvari, if you want to continue with your introduction, she's going to present the first part of our webinar today. We will also present what we are going to talk about, and then I will continue. Sharvari, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rucha. Good morning, everyone. Namaste, guten Morgen. And first of all, I would like to start by thanking the Garze Marathi team, thanking Mr. Anand Ganu, Rohit, Prajakta, and of course my co-speaker Rucha, who has immensely helped me in putting together everything for this presentation. As Prajakta already mentioned, I am based here near Düsseldorf in a city village, and I have been here for 17 years, more than 17 years almost. I am a trainer for intercultural training into the language business actually for more than 14 years, I would say. And I changed my career path after coming to Germany. And ever since, I have been in the language industry, starting as a language consultant, first to corporate clients, corporate assistant, also as a tutor, and finally going on to become a teacher for business English, day-to-day English, and also English for specific purposes, especially when it comes to pharmaceutical industry, because of my main background in natural sciences. When it comes to German language, I did a part of it or a level of it back in India, and all the other German knowledge that I acquired is here in this country, which of course immensely helped me because the atmosphere around was totally German. And I went on to continue, or I continued until I got the German Sprachdiplom, so to say, the Kleines Sprachdiplom, which includes also the facets of literature. That was not enough, which made me go on with the translator certification course. And I also do German to English translations for official documents or for training manuals for companies and institutes around here in Germany. I conduct seminars in German and English for intercultural training, as well as for my alternative profession, which is the Ayurveda nutritionist. And I also bring with myself a very vast experience in the German corporate culture. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sharvari. And thank you again for the team. Most of the introduction points Prajakta already mentioned. I would just say 90% of my clients I work with in the intercultural field are generally German teams and German companies, as well as universities. I did my master's from University of Kassel and also worked there as a lecturer, and I had a project called Intercom Fach, where we developed intercultural trainings for specific study groups. Today, so my point being the feedback that I get, especially in multicultural groups, about why there are certain challenges when it comes to Indo-German teams. So the feedback is what I would like to share with you today. Yeah, that's all for my introduction. Sharvari, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Rucha. So as Rucha already mentioned, we have divided our talk, and I'll be covering the first half, and I'll be giving it over to Rucha then, who will also be covering some very important parts in the second half. We will be starting off by talking about a very brief introduction of what exactly is intercultural competency, and then how can one approach it and why is it important. I will also briefly be speaking about the intercultural differences in the Indo-German context, touching 2 or 3 main important areas in there. And then the continuation part will be done by Rucha. She will be covering the differences in communication styles and giving you some very valuable tips. And she will also be speaking about understanding the German society. And of course, we hope that you will get a very nice take-home message from both of our point of views and experiences.